I want to thank you so much for joining us today for the Ohio at Home and this opportunity to dive into what goes on at the Ohio Innovation Center. I would like to introduce Stacy and her staff, and we hope you have a wonderful evening. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much, Misty, and welcome everyone. Hopefully everyone is able to learn something that they didn't already know, or perhaps get some updates if you are a longtime stakeholder or supporter of the Innovation Center. So yeah, here is our lobby. So the flooring that you'll see here and throughout all the spaces was new as a part of this renovation. The flooring on the staircase there is also new during this project. And see there our vision and mission, which essentially is the economic development that I talked about. And yeah, we are now celebrating our 38th year. So it's been a great ride, and we're very thankful that we're continuing to have residents and impact in the region. So the banners highlight some of the awards that I mentioned earlier. Here are a few examples of 3D printing. We have throughout the building intentionally a lot of shared spaces. So this is our client kitchen where our clients can have coffee, they can enjoy lunch. And the purpose of having shared spaces is that our founders all have the same struggles. So even if they might be in wildly different industries, they all can help each other and learn from each other. So that's a big part of place-based incubation, is having those spaces where organic conversations can happen. And our clients frequently, they'll share their networks, they'll sometimes share business, they'll sometimes directly do business with each other. So you're seeing now a few examples of offices we have in the building, about 30 offices and 10 wet labs. A wet lab is just a laboratory with a sink, essentially. And then we also have 5 conference rooms. So also the technology that you see in these conference rooms is new as a part of this renovation project. And that better allows our companies to have virtual conferencing and meetings. A lot of them pitch to investors that might live outside of the region, or they could have team members that live outside of the region. So now they can hold meetings, and the camera functionality in the room allows everyone to be seen and heard. We also offer to the community our conference room. So we have a room that will seat 50, and we host a lot of events for our regional partners. So here's an example of one of the wet labs I mentioned. So the labs come with fume hoods, sinks, other equipment, and the infrastructure is really the most important part. So they have filtration, they have completely separate HEPA filtration, completely separate HVAC from the rest of the building. So the chemicals used in the labs are filtered out. And so our labs meet what's called biosafety level 2 per the National Institute of Health standards. So almost all biotech and life science companies need biosafety level 2, and that's what we're able to offer. We have some of the only BSL lab level 2 labs in the state, and certainly the only ones in Southeast Ohio. Other than Quidel, who's a graduate company, they had to build their own when they moved out of the Innovation Center. We also have a few spaces like this one that are meant more for manufacturing companies. So kind of a dirty space for the last client that used this as an example was working in the Stirling engine industry. So they had a lot of tools in that space. The black that you see on the roof there are solar panels. So Third Sun Solar was in the building when the building opened in 2003. They were a client, and so they installed the panels that you see there. Yeah, and this is a nice aerial overview of the building.
Thank you all for spending this evening with us. Thanks, Stacy. Thanks to everybody for the opportunity to learn about this amazing innovation center, the piece that we have at Ohio University. So we hope you have a great evening, and thanks for joining us.